thank you very much. I want to thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this forum and for making this opportunity available to all of us. I want to thank Carlos for allowing us to use his home. I would have preferred if they had covered your picture up right outside the names. My name is Mark Rosen, and I'll tell you briefly my background. I've been a city councilman in the city of Garden Grove for the last 8 years. I'm starting my 9th year. My colleagues have elected me as Mayor Pro Tem 4 of those years, including 3 years in a row. Prior to being on the City Council, I was on the Planning Commission for 4 years, and prior to that, I was on the Neighborhood Improvement Commission for 2 years. So I've been involved in Garden Grove city politics for 14 years, and those 14 years have coincided with the implementation of a vision that we had for the city, taking advantage of the opportunities that were presented to us, and that's primarily the expansion in Anaheim of its resort area. And we had the vision to foresee that that would create additional demand in Garden Grove. And over the last 6 years, we've added 10 hotels in Garden Grove, innumerable restaurants. We've had infill housing projects, which have increased the stock of housing, of good housing in the city. We've brought businesses into the city. We've created thousands of jobs through the effort of our city. It took vision, it took a lot of guts to implement that vision, and it took the experience that we've gained on the City Council. And that's the kind of vision that I want to bring to Orange County as a supervisor. When I first started coming to Garden Grove in 1972, when I started dating my wife, we had about half as many people in Orange County as we do now. I remember being able to drive on the San Diego Freeway and still seeing orange groves. We don't have the orange groves anymore. We have the same size that we had in 1972, but we have twice as many people. We need to deal with that. We need to have overall plans for our county and a vision for our county. For the last 2 years, I've sat on the Orange County Transportation Authority as a board member, and I'm now the chairman of the Regional Planning and Highways Committee. And during that time, we've worked hard to expand the transportation system in our county. It was roughly 2 years ago that they started construction on the 22 freeway, something that we had pushed for years. And Central County always gets the short end of the stick. When the first Measure M was passed in 1990, it had 10 new lanes for the El Toro Y and nothing for the 22. It took us 16 years to get new lanes for the 22. And I pushed to have rubberized asphalt on the 22 to widen the underpasses and to make other improvements. We need that kind of vision for Orange County, and I ask for your vote on February 6th. Thank you.
Mr. Bustamante.
Thank you. I too would like to thank the League of Women Voters for putting this forum together, and I'd like to welcome my colleagues Mark Rosen and Vinny Diaz. Welcome to the City of Santa Ana. And thank you all for coming. I know we all have a lot of important things to do with family and things, and you guys are taking a night out to come and listen to a bunch of politicians. So I don't know whether to apologize or thank you. But it's a pleasure to be here. I'm a local guy, born and raised in Santa Ana. I was actually born in Santa Ana Community Hospital along with my wife. Attended Mater Dei High School, served in the United States Air Force in Space Command for a couple years. Proud service of 2nd Communications Squadron. We basically fought the Cold War. Thank God we won. The Russians are no longer in business. Graduate of Cal State Boulder, got a business degree with a concentration in finance. Went to Chapman University, got a master's in that. Born and raised, like I said, here in Santa Ana. I got involved in local city politics about maybe 10 years ago. I served as a redevelopment housing commissioner, and I was elected to the City Council about two years ago. And I'm currently the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Santa Ana. I was elected Mayor Pro Tem by my colleagues. I work for the county full-time. I have been a manager for the county for about 7 years now. Several years ago, I don't know if you remember in the paper, Planning and Development Services was having a hard time meeting its budget constraints. And I was handpicked by the CEO to go in and change it around. And I'm very proud to say that in 18 months we turned that agency around. And not only did I execute the plan and develop the plan, but we cut that agency under my direction by 43%. That's something you don't hear very much in local politics. That agency had way too many people in it. We cut it by 43%. We did not use the reserve, and we added over $500,000 to the fund balance available. I'm very proud to say that I was part of that. I know the county very well. Like I said, I've been a manager for 7 years. And I helped draft the current strategic priorities that the Board of Supervisors have approved. As Assistant Director of Planning is one of the bigger agencies, and we had a hand in helping draft part of those strategic priorities. You know, the biggest, I think in my opinion, the biggest issues facing the county today is our bankruptcy reduction. Back in '94, we had the bankruptcy. A lot of people never thought we'd ever have a bankrupt county, but it happened, and for several reasons. And one of my strong priorities will be not only to make sure that that doesn't happen again, but to make sure that we take care of the debt. I equate it to paying off. We all have mortgages. I equate it to paying off your mortgage. Instead of paying it off in 30 years, we're going to be paying it off in about 15 years. And I fully support that kind of management, and ask for your support on February 6th. Thank you very much.
Mr. Diaz.
Good evening. My name is Benny Diaz. Before anything else, like my partners here, which is a privilege for me to be next to them, I want to express my deepest gratitude to the League of Women Voters for putting together this forum. But before I proceed, I would like to please, with the help of everybody, to salute the soldiers who are fighting right now in Iraq and Afghanistan. Two of my brothers went to Vietnam. I know how difficult it is for the families who are right now having the kids serving in the Middle East. My background. I live in Orange County for the last almost 25 years. I came to Orange County in 1980. I went to UC Irvine. I graduated with a degree in political science and economics. And after that, I went to work for the private sector. I used to be in human resources for the Marriott Corporation. And year after that, I started my career with the state of California. I became an employment rep. From there, I went to became a agribusiness rep and an attaché to the Farm Bureau Federation in Orange County. I don't know if you remember when Orange County used to have a lot of oranges. There used to be at one point $100 million total sales. And from there, I became a bank examiner. And I used to go after banks, making sure that they were in compliance with the state regulations. And making sure that their management, assets, liquidity, and everything else, the rest related with the bank, was under control, making sure that your money was in a safe place. From there, I became what I am right now, a compliance officer. My job now is to go after insurance companies, making sure that the injured workers are receiving all the benefits that they are entitled by law. What I am running because I believe that I can contribute to the Board of Supervisors with my skills as a unity builder. I don't like to see this kind of stuff of Latinos versus Vietnamese versus whites. We're all together one family. Doesn't matter what political views do you have. You're entitled to be Republican, Democrat, or Green Party. We know that this is an open elections, and I don't want to hide from you, but I am a Democrat. And for everybody to see. And I don't have to show in any advertising that I wanted to look like a Democrat or not. I am a Democrat. I am proud to be a Democrat. Again, thank you for coming, for being here. And I know it's very difficult for you to take the time to listen to politicians. Thank you.